Hi, I'm Malcolm.
And I'm Rachel. We're two Canadians living on our 39-foot mainship trawler, living an adventure of a lifetime. We invite you to follow along as we travel 6,000 miles through Canadian and U.S. waterways around America's Great Loop. Good morning. We have been at Muskegon Lake for approximately, 5 nights. It's been a really enjoyable time. We stayed at 2 different anchorages based on wind patterns. Both were good options, and they're both on active captain, so it was really good for us to try those out. And this morning we are just about to leave to head towards Grand Haven. And we just heard a security call on the radio to say that a barge was going through the channel to get out into Lake Michigan, so we're going to give it a couple of minutes before we head off, give him a wide berth, and then we'll be on our way. It is another beautiful day, and hopefully it's just as calm outside in Lake Michigan. We did go out there yesterday with our dinghy to have a look, and didn't go outside right out into the open Lake Michigan in the dinghy because it was pretty choppy, but inside the protected area it was pretty calm, and we were able to go to the beach there. But it's interesting to see how different it can be from in here in a protected lake to out there in wide open, big Lake Michigan.
Good morning, a report from the bridge. Today we are underway, short hop. It's only going to take us an hour and 35 minutes. We're doing 8 knots, got a little bit of a current behind us, which is really nice. And it's a sunny, windless, waveless day, which is a great day to travel. So we're heading off to Grand Haven, which apparently is one of the top 10 destinations on Lake Michigan to see. So we'll get there shortly. We're going to do an anchorage, not a marina, and it should be a good time.
Haven is a typical American beach town where life revolves around the water in summer. The population is around 11,000, but the greater Ottawa County has around 289,000, and that doesn't include visitors. The area is famous for its soft sandy beaches, picturesque lighthouse, and musical fountain, which plays nightly from Memorial Day through Labor Day. There are plenty of marinas for seasonal and transient boaters. It's fun to walk along the boardwalk out to the pier, to the lighthouse, or simply spend some time at the beach swimming, people watching, or playing beach volleyball. At nearby parks, there are hiking trails and campsites. Festival events include Great Lakes Kite Festival in May, the Grand Haven Art Festival in June, and the Grand Haven Sand Sculpture Contest in mid-August. We decided to try a recommended anchorage farther upriver. There are so many houses up the river, and the waterway can be very busy, especially on weekends. We felt this town was very boater friendly, so it's no wonder boaters like coming here. We've arrived at our final destination for today. We've entered Grand Haven, walked around there a little bit, and went through a drawbridge, came down the river to one of the bays. This is called Jerusalem Bayou. And all along this river, and even in this bay, are enormous, luxurious looking houses with docks and large boats at the end of each dock. So this was a recommended anchorage. It's not very big, this bay, so we left our anchor line shorter than we normally would, but there's not much wind in here, so we should be okay. But hopefully we don't hear from anybody around here asking us to move. So we'll see what happens. I suspect it's busier on the weekends with boats anchoring and that sort of thing, so we should be okay. But it feels a little odd actually being here, so let's see how it goes. We're going into town to get groceries. We tried an online order with Walmart. We'll see if it works. You can see our boat out there. That's where we're anchored in this little bay. And we're going to take about 15 minutes to go by dinghy to get to Grand Haven Municipal Marina right in town. Let's go. using to clean the dinghy?
We're using magic erasers.
It worked well, didn't it?
It worked very well. Another product we wish we were sponsored by. But no, they work really well. They get destroyed, but this dinghy hasn't been cleaned in, I hate to say, 2 years.
Well, cleaned that well, but we've cleaned it. It just, we think it's carbon that was from the engine.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Kind of depositing onto the dinghy in the back, and we cover it most of the time, but lately haven't been.
Yeah, so then you start getting all that deposits on top of it, so it needs a good scrub. So
looks really good.
it's looking pretty good. So
yeah.
It'll probably go even faster.
Great. We had a pretty rainy day all day today, and it's only just started looking a little brighter, and we've been kind of conserving our energy and really trying not to use too much power, and we have succumbed for a second time on this trip to using the generator, much as we don't like to use it. I don't think it's actually that noisy. We're in a bay, there's a few houses around, but I don't think there's actually that many people here. So we're using it just for about an hour just to top up a little bit and keep us going overnight. Tomorrow's supposed to be sunny, so it should be much better tomorrow. It's pretty rare to have a cloudy day, so gloomy for so long, but I'm actually seeing tiny little patches of blue sky showing now, so I think that's a good sign that it's clearing. Been in this nice bay for several nights, and it's been super quiet, very nice. Only a few boats showing up Friday and Saturday, I guess, just to sort of hang out, but otherwise we're the only boat here, and no other loopers came out here. It's a little bit farther trek down the river, but super peaceful and definitely worth it for the quiet. So we're gonna head into Grand Haven now and hopefully stay at a wall so we can see the celebration for the singing fountain and some of the shows that they put on at the little amphitheater there. Hope you're having a great day. Checking the exhaust, always make sure there's water coming out of the exhaust. We did have it once, but we didn't have water coming out.
We have good water.
Good water, excellent.
Let's get ahead.
Call this bridge, it's Highway 31 on the Grand Haven River, and it's a drawbridge, and it's an interstate highway, so there's another boat on the other side as well, and we're both waiting for the bridge to open so we can pass through. Obviously there's a lot of traffic today, so he wants to time it every hour on the half hour, and so we're just before 11:30 and it's about to open. There are so many boats in Grand Haven Harbor. Today is a Saturday, and I'm not sure if they're all here specifically for the celebration that's happening today for the singing fountain, but I think they're just out to go out into Lake Michigan and enjoy some time on the beach. But there are a lot of boats here. It's quite overwhelming, actually. On permanent display in Grand Haven is the Pierre Marquette steam locomotive, a steel boxcar, and 2 cabooses. Constructed in 1941, she served to move heavy wartime traffic on their tight 9.5-hour schedule between Chicago and Detroit. This service was not only competitive against trucks connecting Chicago and Detroit, but was unbeatable given the state of the highway system prior to 1950. What flavor of ice cream did you get?
Moose tracks.
And I got mocha fudge. Let's see how good it is.
Yeah, now when you get really good, you can actually take the straw like this.
At dusk, people can see a classic Grand Haven treat, the musical fountain. Since 1962, the musical fountain has delighted visitors of all ages with its 20-minute synchronized water and light show with various soundtracks. We stayed at the Wall the night of the 60th anniversary of the Singing Fountain and enjoyed all the celebrations along with hundreds of visitors and residents.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. I am the Grand Haven Musical Fountain. Thanks for coming out to celebrate with me tonight.
Downtown Grand Haven is lined with picturesque historic buildings with lots of shops and restaurants. On a nice summer's day, you'll see lots of people enjoying the downtown area.